Hey everybody, welcome to my next listing. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. What the hell is this? This is ultimately cool, man. This is the mighty Kenwood KP 07 direct drive semi-automatic turntable. It's a Japan only model. This sucker is incredible. There's actually a turntable underneath that bundt cake. They call it the rice cooker. They call it the UFO in Japan, but just a super cool turntable. It's been recapped and restored. Let's go ahead and take a look at the features and functions of this crazy and stupidly cool turntable. So yes, I mostly do Denons. I do the occasional Victor JVCs, even Pioneers and Yamahas. But when I saw one of these, I'm like, oh my god, is this cool or what? And I read up on them, and there's a pretty cool following for these things that are just really super cool turntables. And I got one and dove into it, and just freaking kinky cool, man. Just and fantastic sounding. I can't believe how great this arm is. But anyway, this sucker is a direct drive semi-automatic turntable. This is the regular '07. There is a '07M that is the manual version, but this is not. This is the semi-auto. But I have recapped it and on the electrolytics with Nichicon FGs. I have lubed the motor. I have adjusted the mirror. This has like a mirror sensor for the arm. I've done that. The anti-skin control I've cleaned up. The VTA, it does have VTA I've cleaned up. The lifter system has been completely gone through. It was, the only rub about these turntables is sometimes the arm gets a little bit fast. But I have taken care of that for it as well. And I went ahead and found the perfect cartridge for this thing. I've got a brand new Ortofon Super OM10. Not only does it look the part, it sounds the part. It is just wonderful on this turntable, man. I mean, it sounds really, really good. But anyway, there's not a whole lot to go around and look at here, but you can check it out. I guess he called it a plinth because it's metal. It's in really good shape. There's no cracks or chunks or anything on it. There's a few little marks on it, but nothing crazy. I went ahead, this top section here had a little scratching, so I went ahead and refinished that. That's done with rubber. All the front panel controls have been taken apart, cleaned out, put back together. Go ahead and go around here to the back. Just how weird and cool is this thing? You know? I've been loving it, man. I've ran about 15 albums through this thing because I'm just digging how cool it sounds. And, it definitely is a conversation grabber. But, if it didn't perform so damn well, it would be kind of pointless. But this thing really, really does. This is a great sounding turntable. I mean, do I dare say it sounds better than a 47F? It does. So anyway, let me go ahead and I will throw a record on this thing and show you guys just how cool this crazy turntable is. So as I mentioned, the KP07 is a semi-automatic table. In other words, you put the arm over where you need it to be and lower it, and it will play the side and it will lift up and stop itself at the end. The controls are pretty stupidly simple, man. Right here you got a power button right here, and when you turn it on, you have LED lights here if you want it to be 33 or 45, and your speed control here picks between 33 and 45. This is your queuing up and down here. So basically what you want to do is when you want to play a record, just like any other semi-automatic table, you take the arm, move it over to the record that you want, hit the start button, and then just lower the queuing down. It's like that. Anytime during the record that you want to lift it up, of course, you just hit your queuing again, comes back up. And of course, back down. Now, at the end of the side, it will lift itself up and shut itself off. And let me show you how that works here. I just got to move it in there for you real quick. So at the end of the side, as I mentioned here before, it will go ahead, go in, lift itself up, and shut itself off. Just like that. It's that easy. So as I mentioned, this table comes with a brand new Ortofon Super OM10 cartridge, and it has been set up with my Fikert analog protractor, which is a pretty cool picture here on this table. I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, it has been dialed in, ready to go. But just to give you an idea how great this table tracks, I have put on the Hi-Fi News test record. It comes straight out of the back of the Kenwood and goes into my trusty Marantz 3600 preamp, and just right into the phono input. Directly out of that with no EQ into the Pro Tools rig right below it. Then from that, I've got a stereo track armed up over here, a session with the stereo track, and I've got a noise meter plugged in line. So you can see that I'm actually running this thing wide open when I do it. So I'm going to go ahead, and even though this cartridge only has a few albums on it, I'm going to go ahead and run the plus 16 level of the Hi-Fi News test record. Way hotter than anything you can buy. And let's just watch this sucker go ahead and sail through it, man. Check it out. Nice and stupidly even. Any warbling you hear is me moving the darn phone around. And that is it, 1.75 grams. I mean, it's just a really great performing turntable, man. Don't let the looks fool you. This thing is, it's, you know, kind of roughly based on their L7, their Primo table over there. And from all the stuff I've read, a lot of people say it was built by Microsaki for them. I can't really confirm or deny that, but there's been so many things said about that I don't doubt it. It's just really well made, great sounding table. So I'd like to mention that you guys who follow my Denon auctions know that, you know, as much as I like to take credit for how great these turntables sound, a lot of it's right here. This is a Dr. Fikert analog protractor, the mighty 300R tool that, like I always joke, it's got about $8 worth of metal in it. But it does an amazing job of lining up all my tables I do and getting these cartridges just dead nuts right. And it shows on this table. It sounds that good. And I do this on all my tables. But, you know, especially ones that, you know, come out cool like this, the sucker's dialed in, ready for bear. So as I like to say on my auctions, man, let's go to the map. Yeah, I know. When's the last time you've seen one of these? And when's the last time you see one of these been restored? That would be probably never. But like I said, here is the mighty, super cool Kenwood KP 07 direct drive semi-automatic turntable. That's a metal, it's a, you know, cast aluminum case. It's a heavy sucker, man. It weighs maybe 20 pounds, something like 21 pounds, something like that. Anyway, but it's been recapped on electrolytics with Nichicon FGs. The motor's been lubed. The arm's been completely taken apart, lubed, put back together. The anti-skidding control's been redone. The lifter system's been completely revamped and redone. Like I said, all the front panel controls taken apart, cleaned, put back together. I installed a brand new Ortofon Super OM10. I've got the box setting for it here. Just, you know, not only do I like OM cartridges, I just thought the OM10 just looked so stupidly cool, you know, on this spaceship looking turntable. So anyway, I'm going to do a quick run here again so you can see it with the lid off. And I'll go ahead and do another one with the lid down because I can't really put the lid on it with one hand. You know, the bundt cake, you have to take it off when you play the table. So, but anyway, just check this out, man. How cool, how crazy cool of a conversation piece is this going to be? You know, and I vetted this thing out, man. You know, like I said, you know, I'd seen them. I kind of always wanted one. And, you know, it's hard to find them when they're in really good shape. But this one was in really good shape to start. And I just went ahead and, you know, refreshed it all up. There was a scratch up there in the front. I told you, but I went ahead and put that and fixed that up there. But just check this out. I'm going to come all the way around on this bugger. Yeah, it's like 3 legs. You know? 3 legs. How cool is that? And then this is your anti-skate control. This is, you know, it's got a really fine wire here that you can see. This is your adjustment that you match, you know, to your anti-skate. You pull it out more and it gives you more relief. So I'm going to come around here real quick. And I will throw the cover back on it and do a lap with that as well. So here it is again with the bundt cake cover on it, or rice cooker cover, if that's what you want to call it. But yeah, that is rubberized plastic on that cover, so it's going to wear like iron. And you know, normally they come with just a black binding around it, but because this thing is gray, I went ahead and got some new gray binding here and put on just to be cool. Just in case it wasn't weird and cool enough, I went ahead and did that to it. But again, just man, I don't know what to say. I mean, it is just a wacky, wild, but awesome performing turntable that if it didn't sound so good and play so well, it would just be a novelty. But the fact that it really does, I mean, it outperforms a lot of turntables that I list. I mean, I'll just say that right now. I have an OM40 here. I was going to kind of, maybe what I'll do, I'll put an OM40 on it just for my own self and let you, when I sell these, I don't know if I mentioned to people, I include a USB flash drive that has albums that in my testing that I go ahead and rip on my Pro Tools rig that you hear. And I rip those and I include some of those on the flash drive. So, like I said, man, it's just an amazingly cool, crazy, wild turntable, man. So if you've been looking for one of these, it's been real hard to find one here in the States, and you never find one that's been vetted out and tested and, done up like this one. So I hope it's something you've been looking for. I just think it's crazy and cool as hell. So again, please check my feedback. Those of you guys who don't follow Denon turntables, that's where usually I do a lot of the Denons. And check my amazing feedback, and it's humbling. I just really means the world to me, the great things that people have said. So I just totally appreciate it. Thank y'all again, and good luck on a one-of-a-kind, awesomely restored Kenwood turntable.